Hello everyone, Specter here and welcome to Star Citizen. Today is the 2954 Invictus Day 3. So today they are showing the ships from Crusader, MISC, Mirai as well as Tumbril. So before further ado, let's get to it. On the right hand side you can see there's an Ares Ion. This is a heavy fighter, single seater. So as a heavy fighter, unlike what we used to see, armed with a lot of laser repeaters, it's armed with only a single size 7 laser cannon. Well, for now it's not that kind of powerful, but in the future probably will be quite deadly, especially against some sort of like a capital ship. So you can consider it is a kind of, one of the capital ship killer in the future, probably. So the outline of it, as same as the other Crusader ships. So it got wings and also different kind of things in here. I can't go over there, so and at the back you're supposed to be able to open up some storage units and stuff in here. So basically you can consider is a kind of ship that, well, you can access to like a storage. Not really like one of the earliest, but like still you can before the ship's inventory thing happened, this one is one of the ships that got its own inventory, although people usually don't use it at that time, but now, well, yeah, you will use it, right? Anyway, let's get inside the ship. You can enter the ship via this ladder. Alright, so basically I would say as a fighter, the view is quite good, although this size 7 cannon you can see is obstructing part of your view on your right hand side, but still it's still okay because, well, as I said already, sorry about the lagging, this ship is supposed to be some sort of like a capital ship killer, so you are supposed to aim at something much bigger and you can fire the gun much further away from the target and you won't miss probably because your target will be very huge. So yeah, you have 20 shells in your gun according to your power setting, and of course it's unlimited. It's just simply before, unless you keep on firing it and like overheat your gun or something like that. If not, it will never run out of ammo. So missile wise, again, 12 size 3 as well as like I believe that 8 size 3 as well. And there are 2 missile pods that can be swapped into size 5 torpedoes, like a single mount torpedo. So you can arm with 2 size 5 torpedoes if you wanted after you swapped those missile pods out. At the back of the Ion, you can see there's the M2 Hercules Starlifter. So how to define them actually? You can see there's a nose-mounted twin-mounted turret in here. So this is one of the feature which is different from the C2 Hercules Starlifter. And underneath the ship, it would be quite clear, very clean. You don't have many turrets in here except one twin-mounted remote turret in here. So this is different from the A2 Hercules Starlifter. So according to these 2 features, you can tell that this is the M2. M2 Hercules Starlifter is a military transport, supposed to have a very thick armor compared to the C2 Hercules Starlifter. So basically, if you want to transport goods through the war zone or dangerous zones, you can use a M2 Hercules Starlifter to help you instead of C2, because it can take more punishment from enemy fire. In this cargo bay, I think that is similar size as the C2 Hercules Starlifter, but well, if you talk about the cargo capacity, it will be different, because the M2 Hercules Starlifter only hold about 522 STU worth of cargo. So I showed this in one of my videos before already. So you can load up to 3 decks of cargo boxes, while the C2 Hercules Starlifter can lift up to 4 decks of it, probably, or just like 1 layer less than that. Okay. So from here you can access to the upper deck. So you can do it via this ladder, which I usually will not suggest you to do, because sometimes it will clip your character and clip it to death. For now, they fixed it, I think. Not so sure. At least before this video, I tried a few times. I survived. So, in theory, it should be good. Just in theory, not so sure. But of course, you can enter the ship via this elevator directly from down there, instead of these cargo doors in here. But anyway, I will summon this elevator. As I said, since they changed a lot of things, like for the key bindings, it's quite hard to navigate right now, or harder to navigate. You need to spend some time to get used to it. Now, at the upper deck, you can see some storage units in here. This one is like a radar or like life support thing in here, which is not physical right now. So it's just empty there. So basically you can open these kind of things up. Let's see. Can I? Not so sure why I can't. But anyway, once you open them, supposed to be you can access to the storage of the ship directly. But now you can press I to do so, so you don't really need to do that. So like this as well. Not so sure why I can't press it. Yep. Anyway, let's go to the crew quarter in here. No, sorry. The jump seat in here, I would say. Sorry about the lagging. Okay, so these seats supposed for you to transport some of your military crew member or teammates. So basically, it means that you can carry more people that can control the vehicle that you're going to put on your ship, or some upload or offload your cargo for you. And you got an armory in here, which is different from the C2, and you got a lot of places for you to put a undersuit or armor, as well as guns in here, which is very great. These are actually work. You can really put things in here if you wanted to. Yeah. So let's exit here. At the back of the ship, you can access to lots of different kind of ship's components from here, like this, so that in the future you will have an easier time to fix your ship from the inside instead of outside. And over there, the same thing happens in here, and here's a habitation room in here. And these are for your crew, the ship crew. 3 beds in total, because you have a gunner, pilot and co-pilot seat in here. And you have bathrooms in here as well. And this time, yes, the button's still floating, even though they changed it. Alright, so in here you can see the kitchen area as well as like a small canteen in here. In the future you can cook in here, but probably not right now. Via this door you can access to the bridge, but on the way you can still access to a lot of different kind of components in here. And these are the escape pods. They said, oh, okay, you can open it, but you can't really do anything to it, okay? And here comes the bridge. You have 3 seats in total. Sorry about the light is very dark in here, and my character don't have, you know, the flashlight, so you can't really, yeah. Anyway, you have some ship's components in here. And I just took something out, which is a... not so sure what is that. Can I put it back? Not so sure what is that. Sorry, keep on playing these kind of things. Never mind. I just toss it out first. I hope that is not some sort of like ship battery or something like that. Anyway, let's move on. This gonna seat. You can sit here. And then you can access to the remote turret, which is a nose-mounted remote turret. But except for that, well, you can double as an engineer if you want it. But basically, it's not very useful right now, at least. Now, this is the co-pilot seat. You can access it via here, I think. Alright, let's see whether they fix it or not. I remember it's about here, is it? Sorry, I haven't played with this for a long time. Yep, there you go. Well, I would say that... Sorry about the lagging again. It seems like they didn't fix it, but anyway, yeah. So this is for the bottom part remote turret for the co-pilot. And this is a pilot seat. So the ship itself got two gimbal size 4 cannon for you to control, but I mean for the pilot, of course. But you can change them into 2 size 5 fixed weapons if you wanted, which is why many people will use the C2 Hercules Starlifter for like bounties and stuff, just because of that. Alright, and well, you don't have missiles, so yeah, don't even think about it. So as a cargo ship, the view is very nice already. Don't expect too much. Although if you talk about landing, just be aware, when you land, usually you will find your ship a little bit odd, in a very odd position. Sometimes the head is like going downward. Just be aware of it. It's just simply the design of the ship is not very ideal for many players, so it turns out it's a little bit odd. But anyway, let's move on to the other ship. In the middle of the showroom, you can see there's a C2 Hercules Starlifter. So you can see there's no turret at the nose, so it means that it's a C2 instead of M2. This is one of the ways you can define them. And since the hatch of the cargo bay is closed, so you can enter the ship via this elevator directly. You can call it out like this, just press it. And since the rail is gone, so just be aware the elevator may have a chance that teleport you to somewhere else if you rush to, you know, exit the ship via this elevator. Just be aware. Yeah, if you can see the rail, it's good. If you can't see the rail, then, well, just be aware, okay? So, let's enter the ship to the top deck directly because the cargo bay would be similar to the M2. And it was the ship that has the largest cargo capacity in the past before the whole sea appeared in the game. So it can hold up to 696 SU worth of cargo. So as I said, you can hold up to 4 decks of cargo boxes, which is very, very great already. And you probably will have less troublesome thing happen if comparing to loading up the whole sea. Because, well, you're loading up the ship from the inside as well as, like, you know, just less cargo, easier for you to do your work. Now, let's go to the recreation room. You can see some sofa in here. The television, probably. I remember there's an area for television. A kitchen area. A canteen. Sorry about the light. Anyway, the back of the ship would be similar to the M2. And the middle part of the ship would be similar to the M2 as well, which is like storage unit, radar, life support, something like that. And over there is a habitation room for the crew. Again, similar to what you can see on the M2, except you only have 2 beds because you don't have a gunner seat. So you don't have a gunner in here. So you just have a co-pilot and pilot's bed in here. And you don't have armory as well. The way to the bridge would be similar to the M2. You can see a lot of different kind of components on the way. Escape pods. And the bridge. The bridge only have 2 seats. And yup, this is the relay. I'm not so sure should I take it out again. But anyway, yeah. This is an engineer thing, I think. So again, the co-pilot seat and pilot seat. The armament would be similar, and the design would be similar as well. That compared to the M2 Hercules Starlifter. So you can enter the seat via here again. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show you. There's another turret actually. That's is located on the top. On top of the you know there's an upper section of the turret in here. Not so sure how to change it into that location. But anyway, sorry about the lagging again. Yep, you're supposed to have a turret that's face upward as well, but the covering angle is not that great. But the pilot seat is the same. You can control 2 size 4 gimbal weapons or fixed size 5 weapons if you want to change them. Alright, let's move on. Right next to the C2, you can see there's an A2 Hercules Starlifter. So this is a bomber, heavy bomber. Comparing to C2 and M2, this one is really a beast. Because it's not just a bomber, you can say it's a ground attacker if you have a lot of crew members on board. So yeah, since I use the elevator as well as the ramp, how about this? I show you how to use the ramp to enter the ship The button is here. It's tall. No worries, your character can reach to it. And you just need to press it. Sorry. Maybe my character is not tall enough. Okay, the ramp will come down like this. Okay. So, comparing to the M2 and C2, you can see there are lots of turrets hanging underneath the ship. So, some of them are size 5 and some of them are size 4s. So, most of them are size 5s though, especially for these, okay? So, twin mounted ones. So, these are size 4. And this one's size 5 as well. For some reasons, one of the twin mounted turret would be, you know, laser cannons. The other one would be laser repeaters. How come? They changed something, definitely. It's supposed to be the same thing, but now they changed it. But these kind of single mounted size 5 laser cannons, they didn't change. Anyway, let's go up to the ship via the ramp. For the cargo bay in here, it would be similar but different from the M2 and C2 because you've got a bomb bay in here. And these are the size 10 cluster bombs in here. It dropped like a nuke in here, so not so sure, but like it's very powerful. Just be aware when you dropped it, okay? Don't stay close to it. If not, well, you know, there's no laser, okay, for you. So this one, no worries. You can press it because it just make this ramp lower down. It won't open up the bomb bay and drop bombs all of a sudden. Alright, so feel free to keep on pressing it if you want it. Or, well, if you are very desperate, you can just jump off the ship via here when it's opened. Yeah. So, let's go to the upper deck. Now, I hope that it won't kill me, but yeah, let me show it to you. You can go upstairs via this ladder. Please don't kill me. Ooh, I survived. Okay, good. So, the middle part of this upper deck is the same as the C2 and M2. But in here, it's a turret for remote turrets. So, you have a lot of seats in here. So you can access to the remote turret set located underneath the ship here. So these are single mounted size 5 laser cannons. So over here supposed to be the twin mounted ones, if I didn't memorize it wrongly. No, this is still single mounted, sorry. So it means that the back would be twin mounted ones. Yep, so these are twin mounted ones. Same as the M2, you got an armory in here for you to dress up and arm yourself. The opposite side of the ship would be the habitation for crew quarter. Is a crew quarter in here, as well as a small canteen in here, the kitchen area, which is similar to the M2. The mid section would be the same as all the lit Starlifters. And this one basically similar to what you can see on the M2. So I'm not going to show it to you guys because I showed it already, because they are the same. Alright, let's move on to the other ships. Let me demonstrate this ladder again. If you're using a keyboard, then go down and then hold shift, then you can just drop all the way down without getting hurt. Lastly, in this main showroom, you can see there's an Ares Inferno in here. So comparing to the Ion, which armed with the laser size 7 laser cannon, this thing is armed with a size 7 ballistic Gatling guns. So this single mount Gatling gun is quite powerful, but the spread of those shells would be quite great. But if you talk about dealing with capital ships, I think that is still enough. It's accurate enough, I mean. But just be aware, even though I tried it, at least when the time I tried it, I got a hard time to hit the target because, well, it's quite hard to control for some reasons. But anyway, for now, at least I can tell that this ship is not supposed for you to hit the target very, very far away. Unless you're hitting something that is extremely large, like really capital ships like Idris or even the Javelin class destroyer. If not, well, if you want to hit this thing, hit something far with this thing, it's not quite possible, not even for the Hammerhead. So basically, the design would be similar to what you can see on the Ions, just darker in color, but a similar design. And you can access to your ship via the same ladder. That's located in here. And for some reasons, it seems like I just go through the glass. Anyway, 3,600 rounds of size 7 shells is still plenty enough if you want to kill the Hammerhead. Similar to what you can see on the Ion, 20 size 3 missiles in total. But as I said, you can change 2 of those missiles pods into size 5 torpedo pods, which each of them can house 1 size 5 torpedo. So yeah, you can increase your firepower via that, by using that method. Inside of this showroom, you can see basically it's MISC and Mirai showroom. So at the front you can see the Fury series. So it was being told as like the TIE fighters in Star Citizen. Yeah, so the Scorpius would be X-Wing in Star Citizen, and the Fury series would be the TIE fighters in Star Citizen. You don't arm with quantum drives in here. These are snuff fighters. So the Fury itself is a fighter. So basically, you got some guns in here and a little amount of missiles in here. The whole thing is very compact. So if you can see it, actually you can open different components via here, these buttons. So everything will be sticking out of the ship all of a sudden, which can show how you pack up the things in here. And the cockpit will be here. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so as you can see, as a fighter, it's really have a good view. You're surrounded by guns and being protected by the glass. You can tell how powerful it would be. So it got a lot of different kind of buttons on top of it, which is very, very nice. In the future, if you talk about role play and stuff, but usually you use a keyboard to do the things. You're armed with 4 missiles, size 2s. I believe that these guns are size 2s as well. If not size 1, I forgot already. Probably size 2s. I hope. But anyway, doesn't matter. Because this thing without quantum drives, you can't fly it anywhere except for your local area. One thing is good though, because this thing is really tiny. It means that you can pack a lot of them inside of any kind of ships with plenty of interior space, like for example, like a Caterpillar or C2, the Starlifters, and other transports as well. So you can't really tell, like all of a sudden, if you want to, like, sorry about the lagging, if the pirates start to attack the transport and all of a sudden the transport open up the cargo bay and these things like swarm out from the cargo bay. I don't know what the pirates would think, like all of a sudden the hunter being hunted at that time, probably. Anyway, let's move on to the other ship. At the side of it, it is a Fury MIS, MX, MX. Okay, that's better. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it in proper way. But anyway, comparing to the Fury over there, this thing armed only with missiles, pure missiles, tossing things out and never return. So basically, anything good or anything better than that? No. Comparing to that one, I think this one is still powerful. You can't really tell which one is better, because both of them are being designed as, like, you know, swarm snuff fighters, and you just fight with packs. So you're not supposed to fight alone, right? Anyway, as same as the Fury, you got a lot of components like stuck in here. So if you're an engineer of that is responsible of this ship, you probably will have an easier time because you just need to like press the buttons and like everything will come out all of a sudden. You can swap everything out very easily. Let's get inside the ship. Again, via this glass. So these two ships supposed to fight together. So one of them supposed to be like drawing fire, which is that one, and this thing is just tossing missiles. And after you toss the missiles, you go back and rearm and toss it again. And yeah, so keep on repeating this process. Compared to the Fury over there, you can see there's a handle here. Don't afraid of pressing this one. It won't explode. Okay. So just press it, which for some reasons I can't all of a sudden. Let me try it again. Can I? No? That's odd. So basically, once if you press that button, yep, there you go. So you have a blast shield that cover up the glass, which provide a little bit better protection compared to the Fury over there. And this armor is actually transparent. You got cameras, so it's the same as the glass. Just you need to wait a little bit time for it to appear. But anyway, emotionally or mentally, you can say that it helps you to think this ship is much protected compared to the Fury over there. But in reality, you know, snuff fighters really. They don't really care about safety that much, right? Anyway, yes, as I said, pure missiles, 8 size 1s and 12 size 2 missiles. Keep on tossing it. That would be fine. Alright, let's exit the ship. Wonderful. Alright, let's move on. Slightly at the back of the Furies, you can see there's a Freelancer MIS in here, MIS. It's a military version of the Freelancer series, although according to the lore, they didn't really produce that much, but for some reasons, well, you're playing Star Citizens, right? You can obviously see probably hundreds of them flying around, probably. But anyway, it's similar to what you can see for the Freelancer itself, except some differences. Like for example, the head of it would be different here because maybe extra sensors and something like that. Sorry about the lagging again. Yeah, but anyway, it won't do any kind of differences that much. Size 3 twin-mounted turrets in here, both sides and at the cheek of the ship. So these are missiles. I think that's size 3s. The cargo bay would be similar to what you can see for the Freelancers. And let me see. Is it the same way as before? Not so sure. Let me try. Is there a button or something like that this time? There you go. So, the turret now is being called out like this. It's the only turret that covers the upper part of the ship. But make no mistake, just be aware. Because, let's see, can I power it up? So, make no mistake, because this thing can rotate but can't aim at the front. Not really straightforward. So you can't really increase your firepower if you want to break through something, like a barricade or something like that, or blockade, I would say. But still, is decent, I would say. Size 2, twin mounted. So better than nothing. So you got different kind of components in here, which is a kind of different thing that I can see last time for the Freelancer series, because last time these things are not here still, but it seems like they changed the Freelancers a lot, which is a great thing. In the mid section, you can see some rover-like missile tubes in here that can toss a lot of missiles. I'm not staying here when this thing when the ship is firing missiles, so I'm not so sure that whether these will like really rotate or not. If they do, well, it's just like a revolver. But if they don't, it's still, it's still okay. It's just, yeah, the look of it, amazing. Over here, you can put some cargo boxes in here, as well as there's a docking collar airlock on top of it. Living quarters. So these beds can double as like escape pods in the future, but now it's not working. So at the front would be the bridge. Hold 4 people in total. Sorry about that. Here. The co-pilot seat and the pilot seat in here. Well, basically for now, these seats, except for the pilot seat, is not very useful. The co-pilot, you can ask the co-pilot to help you to fire missiles and help you with communication and stuff. But basically, except for that, it's not going to be very, you can't really work on anything else except for those functions. So as a combat vessel, you can say the view is not that good because you can't really see things around. It's just like you know, a tiny gap in here for you to look out, and a little bit up there as well. The otherwise, like, the things are being blocked by these kind of things. But well, since this ship is supposed for you to toss a lot of missiles, which you can see in here, 28 in total, so you can't blame much. You're supposed to use this ship as, you know, like, really deal with hostiles from far away distance. So as I said, 4 size 3 laser cannons in here, or other weapons. They are better than gimbal weapons because these are turrets, and it's supposed to have a wider attack angle, so it will be easier for you to target some ships around you. Alright. And by the way, I forgot to tell you guys. So the cargo bay actually can hold up to 36 SU worth of cargo. And there's another door in here. You can exit the ship via here. So now they fixed it already, so no longer someone would die. They fixed it for many patches already, but still, mentally I think that is not something that I should use for a long time, because my first time to enter the ship, I mean the Freelancer, the ladder killed me, which is a painful experience, which is, well, if you look in the past and look right now, what you can see, they really change a lot of things and making things more, you know, playable, and at least you won't really feel frustrated about the game that much. In the mid section of this showroom, you can see something new in here. So, not this thing in the middle, the black thing here. This one is Mirai Razor. A long time ago, it's called MISC Razor. But, well, it seems like they changed it and forced it to hand over to Mirai. So, yeah. So, this thing is EX. It only be able to purchase, I think, is in Area 18. So this thing's supposed to be some sort of scout fighter. It got some sort of stealth capabilities, so you can consider it as a kind of stealth fighter if you want it. But basically, it won't help that much, yeah, for my experience. But it looks very cool though. If you really need to go inside, it's via here. Just be aware if you have some sort of phobia that oh, I go through the glass again. Oh no, never mind. So if you are having some sort of phobia and stuff, this ship may not be something that you wanted, because you know, this thing is right in your face, right? So your head is touching the glass up there probably. Anyway, everything is very close to you, very cramped in here. So you can change it into 2 size 2 guns in here, I believe. And you have 2 missiles. Yeah, those are size 1s. Okay, so let's exit the ship. Oh, by the way, since this ship is not started, you can't really tell. But the sound of this ship, the Razors, really amazing. So if you have a chance, feel free to fly it around. You'll be, I mean, if you don't mind about the sound of it, it sounds amazing, at least for me. It's just like a Ferrari or Lamborghini sound, you know, the engines. So these motorbikes is the Pulse. It's a Mirai Pulse, which is the new thing for the Mirai this company. If you talk about the design of the ship, of the bike, or you want to say it, basically, the design effort of it will not be very much, because this is just a bike, right? And yeah, so let me try it out. Yup. So basically, it's much smaller than what I think. But well, people really like it for some reasons because it's tiny. So probably that's the main reason why people will purchase it. But personally, I don't purchase it with real cash, because usually these kind of ground vehicle will be very cheap in the game. So if you have a chance, just purchase it with like in-game credits will be fine, or rent it right now will be fine. You don't really need to buy it unless you're going for some lifetime insurance or like CCU thing. Alright. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, at the corner of the showroom, you can see there's a Reliant Tana. So it's a combat variant of this Reliant series. So comparing to the last time I saw this ship in Invictus or maybe in like IAE, this ship changed the armament, the stock variant of it, like from the laser cannons into laser repeaters, which is very nice. I think. So the Reliant Tana is one of the, people said that like one of the best starter ship if you talk about fighter and combat thing, because this ship armed with a lot of missiles comparing to the other starter ships. So that's why people always say that this ship is really a beast if you talk about like starter ships. So you can enter the ship via this ramp only. So yeah, let's get inside the ship. So over here you can see there's a grid in here for 1 SU worth of cargo. 2 beds in here for you to lock out and lock back in. A bathroom without anything to stop the water from flowing out. The middle corridor, there's got a lot of components that cannot be accessed right now, but maybe in the future, just like the freelancers, you can call it out. So I'm not so sure when, but yeah, they will fix it at some point. Over here, co-pilot and pilot seat. Okay, so the Reliant series, at some point I would think I would say that this ship is really good as a fighter, because the glass in here is really providing a good view around the ship, which is very nice. And there's a feature of the Reliant series is that as you can see, the ship is like horizontally, the wings the wings are at the side of the ship, right? It's flat. But once if you are taking the flight mode, it will turn it into vertical, and the hatch in here will be closed. Meanwhile, yeah, you and your co-pilot will be stuck inside the cockpit, of course, at that time, unless you change it back to horizontal, like a landing mode and something like that. I'm not so sure whether they change it back or not, but there's a kind of saying which is real. I mean, at least a patch or 2 patches of time that they didn't fix it, is that because if you lock out from the ship via those beds, normally you'll be like spawned back on a bed, right? but it turns out for the Reliant series, they will change it into flight mode. So it means that the wings will be vertical. And as I said already, when you are in the flight mode, this hatch will be closed. So there will be no way for the players to access to the ship in any way once they log back in. Not so sure whether they fix it or not, but just be aware, if that happened to you, don't panic, because it means that they didn't fix it yet. Alright. Anyway, for size... oh no, sorry. So basically you have 2 size 2s and 2 size 3 laser repeaters in here, and 16 size 2 missiles in total, which is very powerful. Alright, so let's move on to the other ship. So at the end of this showroom, you can see there's a Starfarer Gemini in here, which is a military grade supply and oil tanker. So there's a civilian use Starfarer. The Gemini and the Starfarer got the difference between themselves is that the Gemini got these rocket pods or missile pods, while the Starfarer, the civilian use oil tanker, doesn't. And of course, the engine, the way they look would be different between the Gemini as well as the Starfarer itself. Except for that, you can't really tell from the outside. So these Gemini are supposed to have a thicker armor, so yeah. But anyway, for some reasons, the cargo capacity right now at least would be the same between the Gemini and the normal Starfarers. So you can see at the back, you can see a lot of oil tanks in here. For some reasons, in some stations you can purchase these tanks, but I'm not so sure why you need to do that. But anyway, you can swap it out into different things like cargo containers and something like that. But that will be in the future, but right now you can't do that. You can take it out, but you can't really swap anything in. And you can see there's a refueling pipe in here, and those people will be controlling the refueling operation up there on the platform. And you can enter the ship via here. I hope it works, but if it doesn't, then well, it doesn't matter. Suppose that thing is opened, and then the ramp will come down. And it seems that the ramp is not coming down, so well, never mind. Anyway, inside of it is a cargo bay of the Starfarer Gemini. You should have a 291 SU worth of cargo space inside of it. And you need to keep on rotating and climbing ladders to enter different parts of the ship. But I can't really show it to you right now. And they really need to rework on this ship. At least give us some elevators. That would be better, right? And you got a docking collar in here. You're supposed to be able to dock your ship via here, but well, there's no way for me to climb up there, basically, so yeah. Very sad, again. Inside of the other showroom, you can see there's a C1 Spirit in here. It's a cargo variant of the Spirit series. So it's a mini version of the C2, obviously, because, well, you can see it's very slim. But still, it's capable of, like, making decent amount of, like, cargo run in here. So, it's just like a bigger version of... a little bit looks like a bigger version of the, you know, Ares, according to the back of the ship. And, of course, a little bit about the C2 Hercules, the Hercules series, the Starlifters. So, you can enter the ship via this ramp only. and it can hold up to 64 SU worth of cargo in here. Of course, you can hold different kind of vehicles inside of here as well. So you can see there's some sort of life support in here, but obviously it's empty right now because it's not physical yet. But it means that you can fix your ship inside the ship instead of outside. Not so sure why it's red in color. Something bad is going on, maybe. I don't know. You have only 2 crew members in here, co-pilot and pilot, so that's why 2 beds in here in total. 2 suits in here, or armor, a small kitchen area, or storage, maybe. Let's see. Yep, it's a toilet as well. So it means that it can travel a little bit further away from, from your base, probably. So these seats just like the Mercury Starlifter. So the co-pilot seat is here. You sit down and roll yourself up, like so. Let's see. Exit, deploy. Retract, not so sure. But I need to switch on the power first, which is not here. Anyway, let's go to the pilot seat first, maybe. Alright, so it seems like power is on, but for some reasons, like let's see, does it work? It won't. But anyway, yeah. So basically, the ship can hold like a decent amount of weaponry in here. You can see the 4. I think that those are size 3. Yeah, I hope that those are size 3s. Laser cannons. But missile-wise, 4 of them. 4 size 3 missiles, which is still okay as a freighter. The view is very good, to be honest. It's better than the C2, I mean the Starlifter series, obviously. So basically, let's see, if the co-pilot seat, you should be able to control one of the turret. Maybe, who knows. Since it says deploy, I'm not so sure deploy what kind of thing. But it doesn't seem like I can press anything more than that. So yeah, to be honest, I'm not so sure how to work on this ship. I never fly the ship. Oh, I pressed something on, so it means that... Oh, I see. Those are the tractor beams. That's why I can't really work on it. Those are not turrets. Those are tractor beams. Okay. That makes sense a lot. Sorry about that. I forgot about the tractor beam can be moved. I thought it was fixed. But anyway, it's a good thing to know, at least for now. In the middle section of this showroom, you can see the Mercury Starlifter. So this is one of the old ships. I mean, and it is the fastest ship that's being produced right now. I think, if I don't remember, remember it wrongly, of course. But still, as I said, for many times already, this ship really need to be reworked on, because all you can do to access from the ship is via this ramp, which is quite troublesome. You got like 114 SU worth of cargo space in here. You got like a secret corridor in here after you got some engineering things in here. You can access the ship via here like this. You got a maze-like interior for you to hide something that you're not supposed to let people to scan. And you can reach to different parts of the ship as well from these kind of doors. So yeah, it's quite amazing to see these kind of things happen in Star Citizen. So this one is server room. You got a door in here as well. Sorry about the lagging. Anyway, it seems like something is not right, or maybe just simply never mind. Anyway, here you can access to the panel from here actually, and you can close it like so. Then it never appear, right? And you close like this. Here, let me see. Can I close it? Yeah, there you go. It's closed. You can't see anything, right? Now, this one is the engineering room. So you can fix your ship fire here. And you can see this part of the secret tunnel of the ship as well. If you want to enter the ship, you need to use this elevator. You can't really like walk up to the ladders in here because there's not ladder at all. This is server room. Just a reminder, the Mercury Starrunner is a data runner, which is not something that you can experience right now in Star Citizen. That's why you got a server room in here. So data running, I'm not so sure how does it work, but anyway, only 2 data runners ships being produced so far. Of course, any ships with computers is supposed to be able to do the data running, but this ship is supposed to be mainly for data running, but the purpose of this ship is not really finished yet. So that's why people always say this ship is just simply a transport, or like cargo hauler thing, freighter. So you have a scanning room in here for some sort of data devices and something like that. The seat itself is not useful right now, except you can sit someone on it. And you got 2 turrets in here. So one of them is up, which is this one, I think. Yup, it is. Two size 3 laser repeaters, which is very, very great for the ship of this size. I forgot where I should press so that it will be switched on. Maybe here. Well, never mind. It's okay. And this one is the bottom part of the ship. The turret, I mean. Okay. Oh, this one, it seems like I know where I should press. Ah, there you go.
Crusader Industries.
Yep, just like this, okay?
Systems on.
Alright, let's move on. Oh, this one is a bridge. Sorry about that. Did I miss out something? Cargo... well, nope. Oh, yeah, it's here. Sorry. The habitation room in here. So you can live up to 3 people in here. And also here, the recreation or canteen. So basically, this table would be moved and then the secret corridor would be opened. So the way to open it is to move, I believe that this one, maybe, I don't know. This thing to here. Is it? Yup, there you go. Haha. So this thing will be opened and you can drop yourself inside. Alright. Very good. Finally, so far I failed to place it on, but now they allows you to place it on. So as I said, since this ship got a secret shielded cargo area, like down there, you can put some illegal stuff and avoid it being scanned by enforcements. But just be aware, since everyone knows about it, so if you're facing like players who try to stop your ship, just run. Usually, well, they know it already, right? So it's no way for you to hide it. If you really got some stuff on it and they can't scan, then they still know that you got something on it. They will try to stop you, so just be aware of it. So this is the bridge. Yep, so here, the pilot seat. You can control 2 size 3 or size 2, I forgot. Oh, size 3s. Yeah, 2 size 3s laser repeaters that's located underneath the bridge. So missile wise, you have like 4 size 2s and 2 size 3s, which is plenty enough. I really hope that the CIG start to work on the data running missions. If not, well, this ship is basically no purpose of it at all, right? So let's move on to the other ship. Okay, the last ship that's in this showroom would be the A1 Spirit. The Spirit A1, or A1 Spirit. So it's a bomber variant of the Spirit series. And yeah, basically the outline of the ship will be very similar to what you can see for the C1. And you can access the ship via here. You got a little bit room from the ramp to the real interior of the ship. You can still, in theory, put some, you know, vehicles inside if you're skillful enough. Don't ram the bombs, please. So you can close this hatch though if something bad happens. But yeah, basically, I mean, if you are going to fit a cargo, a golf car in here, is still good. But if you want to fit a mining rock and stuff, you need to open it and very skillfully, like, to park your vehicle in here in order to close the door. So these are the bombs. These are size 5 bombs instead of size 10s. Not that powerful, but still powerful enough to do some damage. But to be honest, nowadays bombing mission is still not available, so it's not really useful. So yeah, these are life support, gravity generators and something like that. That is not really, you know, in the game right now, physically in the game right now. So that's why it's emptied. The design of this place would be similar to what you can see for the C1. Sorry about the lagging again. Yeah, so basically the interior would be similar. So again, you can hold like 4 size 3 laser cannons in here, and you have 10 bombs in here. No missiles at all. Just a reminder, if you want to do some cargo missions and something like that, or cargo running, this ship is not your choice because unlike the A2, the A1 doesn't have cargo grids in here. You can't really hold cargo boxes. It's 0 SEO worth of cargo space in here. In theory, you can still fit like some cargo boxes in here, but it's not going to be secured. So just be aware, it's pumping up and down and hit one of your bombs, and you know what will happen to your ship, right? So let's move on to the other showroom. Downstairs, you can see there's a Nova, the Tumbril Nova tank in here. So compared to the last time I see this tank, it seems like this time they're showing a tank that's hit by a mine or something like that. You can see the track is gone. But anyway, no worries about it. It's still moving and stuff. I mean, it won't move in here, so it doesn't matter at all. So the way to enter the ship is via here. Yeah, the track definitely is gone. Yeah. It reminds me some places that the way they show tanks, right? Anyway, you need to enter the ship via here. This is the only way for you to enter the ship. You got, oh wow, they got different kind of components right now, it seems like. That's amazing. But anyway, yeah, your crews will be sitting all around here. You have 3 people in total. This one is a gunner seat, obviously. So you enter here. So basically, it really looks like a Merkava. I said this for many times already. So let's see, where should I press so that I can enter the ship? I mean, enter the... No. Yep. There you go. So these are the cannons, which is very nice. And also here is a so-called co-pilot seat in here. And the pilot seat. I mean the driver seat, I would say. So normally the driver can control the guns already, like this. You don't really need a gunner. Unless you, well, you want to have a role play and stuff. If not, well, I think that you can drive this thing alone. Without much trouble. So yeah, so basically nothing bad will happen, right? So but still, I don't know how to fire those missiles and stuff. Maybe the passenger seat in here will do, because you're supposed to have some missiles as well as the twin-mounted turret gun on top of it. But not so sure where should I... Oh, there you go. So these are twin-mounted laser repeaters. Size 2s as well. That's good. But the missiles, not so sure how to fire it. Okay, so, yeah. Alright, let's move on. So over here you can see a list of cyclones in here. So let's see here. This one probably TR, is it? No, MT, sorry. So Cyclone is actually like a Humvee in Star Citizen, and this one is like a single-mounted ballistic cannon, as well as some missiles on top of it, which is quite powerful. So So basically, these kind of vehicles in the future probably will be very useful, because you got a lot of ground facilities you want to defend, but you don't want to, you know, fly the ship every time, right? So that's why. This one is anti-air, it's probably AA. Yep. So you got some missiles on board for anti-air purposes, but it's just like two mounted ones. Let's see.
Tumbril land systems. System check.
Not so sure how to enter. Oh, is it over there? Maybe. So maybe this one is just a driver's seat, and your friend on the other side can control the missile, probably. I never use this thing for, you know, I never use this for to play this thing, so that's why I'm not so sure. But it seems like it tried to prevent me from getting into the vehicle. So, well, I'm not forcing it. Yeah. Let it go then. Never mind. So this one, TR, is it? It must be a TR, yes. With a ballistic Gatling gun on top of it. Alright, so... Yup. As same as, let's see, power on. There you go. So it's a yellow jacket. So it means that it is a size 1. Ballistic Gatling gun. So it can provide some sort of basic anti-air and also some simple ground security. And that thing here is RC, is it? Oh, RN, sorry. So it's a kind of scout variant. On top of it, you can see there's a disc there, actually. So it looks like a radar thing. But currently, radar is not very useful. That kind of radar. So you can't really scan things out of it. Okay, let's move on in here. Two newer tanks in here. The Storm and Storm AA. So basically, one-seater tanks in here comparing to the Nova. The good side is that, well, you can have more people to control different kind of vehicles, so that you can do the combo, you know. You have more tactical things, maneuvers, and like, you know, more flexible. But the downside is that you don't have you need to do so much things for the pilot. So you may miss something in the middle of the fight, then well, it might be very crucial as well. But anyway, let's go to the AA in here. I mean, not AA, sorry. This Storm in here. You enter the vehicle fire here, which part of my leg is being stuck inside of the mud. So no matter where you look at, the cannon will go there, but your view is just limited to this. So all you can see is this part. So which is very bad, right? And your cannons can rotate, but you can't really rotate all the way back, just as same as what Nova can do. So that's why you can't really tell whether the Storm is better or the Nova is better, if you talk about tanks. But since you can move it, like you can move your tank while you can aim your your guns, then it means that you can still be possible that rotate your ship, rotate this tank around and then like lock on something that's behind your tank. So yeah, except for your gun, probably you have nothing else to use for armament. So for the AA, you got a lot of Yep, someone is inside, that's why. Oh, you have gun racks in here as well. Well, that's good. That's nice. So basically, these things are fixed, and these are size 1s, I believe. Size 1 missiles. Or size 2s, I forgot. So you got tons of these missiles. You can swarm the incoming vessels, the light fighters and stuff like that. They can't withstand such firepower all of a sudden. So if you talk about like ground defense, this thing is a beast. Just so you can see, the leg is just like all of a sudden. Yep, that's the way that you enter the tank. Alright. So all you can do is just simply fire the missiles and like that, okay? And your view is not that good as well. That's very, that's not very nice if you talk about like fighting vehicle. And you really need someone to support you, probably. If not, they can just walk. The hostiles can just approach you from the back and like keep on hitting you. You can't see. That's very bad. So lastly, you can see the Ranger in here. This is the Tumbril Ranger TR, which is a combat variant, slightly combat variant of the Ranger series. But now it's not available. I really wish that this thing is a thing in the future, because I really like the look of it. At least it's a bike with wheels, not a bike with nothing like the hover bikes. So I really want to get one of these, but yeah, I'm not so sure why they're not making this, or maybe some physical thing, like the mechanical thing happened, so it's not very natural when you come up with like the designing these bikes in the game. And this one is still the Ranger. No differences. So basically, that is it for today's video about the 2954 Invictus Day 3. I hope you enjoy, and I shall see you guys next time then. Bye bye.